It's Divas That Care Radio. Stories, strategies, and ideas to inspire positive change. Welcome to Divas That Care, a network of women committed to making our world a better place for everyone. This is a global movement for women, by women, engaged in a collaborative effort to create a better world for future generations. To find out more about the movement, visit divasthatcare.com after the show. Right now, though, stay tuned for another jolt of inspiration.
Welcome back to Confidence in Bloom, the space where women step into who they're becoming with courage, clarity, and self-trust. Today's conversation is deeply aligned with something so many of us quietly navigate, the space between who we were and who we're becoming, and the fear that lives right there in the middle. I'm joined by Adriana Mateescu, founder of Awakening Souls Council and creator of the Adri Method. After experiencing a profound personal awakening, Adri made the bold decision to leave her career in law and step fully into guiding others through identity shifts. Her work builds spiritual insight with grounded transformation, helping women understand what's changing within them and how to move forward, even when fear is loud. Today, we're talking about courage, identity, and what it really looks like to move forward when you don't feel ready. Welcome, Adriana.
Hi, Tina.
Hi. So do you want me to call you Adriana or Adri?
You can call me Adriana.
Okay.
Adriana, Adri, Adi, whatever you want to call me.
Whatever I want to call. I'm going to stick with Adriana. It's a beautiful
Perfect. Perfect. I go by many names. So
okay, that's good. We all have many names, don't we? Now, you speak about awakening and identity shifts. What actually happens internally when someone begins to outgrow their old identity?
Ooh, this is where we're starting. Okay, let's go. I can definitely talk about identity shift from my own experience. Because I really undertook one when I left the legal profession. And when I subsequently came out of the spiritual closet, so to speak. So I underwent a profound identity shift in the months, years that actually, followed what I called an awakening or awakenings, a series of, which culminated, as I said, with me leaving the legal profession and doing what I do today in terms of spirituality, right? So what's happening underneath? You're starting to ask a different question, like, who am I today? Who am I becoming? So a series of questions in that space start to emerge. And yeah, I might feel that at a point in time they are underneath, but then they will come to the surface, right? So, and the shift is happening. Sometimes, could be very abrupt. That's like the before and after, and you don't recognize yourself anymore. Or sometimes it could come, in waves and little moments here and there, or big moments here and there, and then just suddenly, you realize there was a life that you used to have and who you were, and now you find yourself in a different quote unquote reality that actually is a shift or a change, a movement from what you used to be.
Right. So it could be like your thoughts are different and you're finding yourself interested and researching things that you kind of are, it's unexpected, like something that you're like, oh my gosh.
You didn't used to do that before, right? So
right,
now you are catching yourself. Oh, I'm doing this today. Might be doing something tomorrow. Yesterday I used to, oh yeah, I'm like, there is a
Like you're being
progression. There
pulled.
is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's what I called an identity shift. And I focus in my work on.
Right, right. So when that's happening, I mean that I think fear is going to show up really strong in those moments, right?
For sure.
Yeah. So how do you help people distinguish like between the fear that's protecting them and the fear that's going to keep them stuck because we're going to feel both, right?
Spot on. Spot on. And let's talk about this because fear might be one of my most favorite things to talk about.
Really? Oh my gosh,
And to me, I mean, like we all know it comes in different forms, right? Fear of change, fear of failure, fear of success, fear of whatever, fill in the blank.
yeah.
For me, it was a fear of change. If
Huge
I
change.
would have to name it, yeah, the
Yeah.
fear of change, right? I was feeling all these shifts that were happening in me, and I could see, hear, feel the change, right? Um, it was just this uncertainty that was creating underneath that, yeah, where fear, I think, lives.
Yeah, we all have it, right? We all
Yeah,
have
yeah.
fear. Yeah.
That actually, I paid more attention to it. And to be honest, like when I was going through it, I couldn't put my finger on it. I was not aware like I am today, right? What was happening to me. But if I could reduce it to one feeling or um, emotion that everybody can relate to is fear, right? As I said, in different forms could
Right,
come,
right.
So fear of change, the uncertainty, and to realize that um, there is a gap in between where fear loves to be, right? Because you are still pondering things. And fear asks you, like, are you sure you want to do that? Because that would mean, you're losing your old identity, so to speak, right? Or you don't know the unknown.
That or
Are
that
you
is the
sure you want to be doing that, right? Because
because you don't know
fear
what
likes
that
familiar, no?
right, right, right. Oh my
Fear
goodness.
likes fear likes the familiar and wants to keep you there because it's safe. But when the change is coming and it's not just coming as an invitation. From my experience, it comes, the change comes as an imperative because you outgrew who you were,
Right.
right? And now you are becoming something else, and you have to allow yourself to 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 go with that. And fear has its place, and like you said, it is sometimes protective, right? Because as I said, it wants to keep you in the familiar.
Right.
But I want to bring here in the discussion, if I may, the intuition, that
Right.
in
Yeah.
spirituality. uh, I have goosebumps right now just talking about it, because the moment I became aware that such a tool is at my disposal, it became something that, yes, intuition will tell me what it is. It will be annoying, and then fear will come as a reaction, and
Yeah.
it will be like, are you sure you want to do that? Oh, we
Right.
cannot do that. Things like that. And um,
So
wow.
let me ask, so intuition, I mean, I love learning about this intuition because we all have it, right? But
Of course.
we've all learned, and maybe we were taught to ignore it, right? To sort of let it sit at the bottom of the sack, right? And fear has been louder than the intuition, right? And so when we're going through a change like this, that
Yeah.
intuition is, it's intriguing, but it's scary.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think we also picked up somewhere that intuition is silent and fear is louder. And maybe it is. I'm not saying it's not. It just it's coming in different flavors.
Right.
Um, intuition will actually want you to grow. That's when was the moment when I realized it. It wants me to move forward. It wants the best for me. It where
It knows
fear
your
is like,
potential.
stay here, it's good, you
Yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
still make it. I'm like, you made it before, just don't go from that space. We don't really like it, but it's okay, it's familiar, right?
Right,
But
right,
intuition wants you to grow. Intuition wants you to take the next step. Intuition, um, it's not silent, it's louder, actually.
if we allow it. Yeah.
If we allow it, because there is a misconception, oh, intuition would be just quiet. No, sometimes it's loud, and it doesn't let you sleep at night, right? Because it wants your best.
Right, right.
And it could come, in different forms. And I think they go together, in my opinion. Intuition, fear
And
follows, right? So,
yeah.
because it's like, intuition is the knowing, then fear is the reaction. Oh, but
Right.
but
And
what?
it's almost like they question each other.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they tease each other.
yeah,
Right?
and
Let's see how
fear,
far we can push. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
fear is gets a bad rap, right? It does. Um,
But it does have its place.
but it has its place, for sure. It has its place, and if you listen to it, uh, you can understand the protective role it plays, and we have to listen to it.
Yeah, yeah, we do.
It's just not stay in it.
Right. Yeah,
And let
exactly.
it, govern your life, because you can do that very well. And that's where people get stuck, right? They listen, to the fear. They don't know the difference between intuition and fear, right? To see which one do they listen to now.
Right. And we all know that voice in our head is, the one that's saying, are you sure you want to do that? Or you're going to
Yeah,
fail, or you're going to get hurt. Right.
yeah, you've done this before, you know what happened.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we take that as our intuition or our guide, right? And so we have to learn how to differentiate the two.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the shift happens.
That's when the shift happens.
Yeah,
Okay. So I'm super excited to learn more about this. So
yeah,
now I work with women in my business, and
yes.
many women, not just the women I work with, but many women I know, their fear is like being seen or being heard, or even worse, being judged, right? Especially when they're stepping into something new. I feel it. I still feel it. And I've been doing this for, 6 or 8 years now. What do you see underneath that fear?
Ooh, coming out of the spiritual closet, if I may go back to that, because uh it's not original, by the way, but I love it, okay? Because it so feels like that. Talking about the fear of being seen, judged. Oh, this lady used to be a lawyer, and now she's talking spirituality, right? And
Right.
she's embodying it, and it's all about that these days, right? It took me some time to to realize the vulnerability underneath it,
Of
because
course.
that's what I would think it is. The vulnerability that we all encounter every day,
Right.
right?
And I mean, just by your accent, I mean, you didn't grow up here in North America. You come from, the European, country. So your background is also very heavy into, I'm going to assume, like a religious background. And so the spirituality and religion, I mean, we all know that they're two different things, but
Yes.
sometimes some religions don't really accept the spirituality side of people.
Yes.
And so you had to deal with that as well.
Yes, it's true. Is I after I had my awakening, I tended not to have them so clearly delineated, right? That
Right,
like
because they're two separate.
religion is one thing and
Yeah.
spirituality is one
Right.
thing, and it's like they're set in stone, and that's it, right?
Right.
Because again, maybe that's how we thought we
Right.
were
That's
taught, right?
taught. Yes. Yeah.
So I think, in my opinion, they overlap. So I believe in God. I continue to believe in God strongly, actually, in the source, the supreme universe, right? All those amazing things that actually, I'm like, it doesn't pertain to religion and it doesn't pertain to spirituality either, right? So they share that, right? So
Right.
to me, the moment I think I started not to put them in boxes, that's when things, mesh together. And actually, I mean, my religious background, even though I'm like, okay, I'll say it publicly, I don't go to church anymore, right? But that doesn't mean I do not pray,
Or
because
believe. Yeah.
or
Yeah.
believe, because I do, right? It's just a different facet of it. So all these questions that I started asking myself took me to a different level, or not to imply that no, God, no, that spirituality is higher than religion. No, maybe to a different room in the house. Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And where I discovered, that they don't exclude each other, right? They're in the same house. So
Right.
why not?
Yeah. They're
So
connected, but they're not joined. Right. Yeah. Okay. I love that. Now, you created the Adri method. I want you to walk us through that, right? But I want to know, like, how does the Adri method support someone moving from confusion or fear, right,
yes.
into like a clarity and action form?
Okay, so it's Adri, that's short for my name, Adriana, right? So it's ADRI.
Right.
So A stands for awakening, D for decoding, R for reconstructing, and I for integrating. So
Okay.
once I discovered myself, the method just
Fell into place.
and fell
Right.
into, yes. It's all these stages that I was going through, and now I can give them a name and a
Okay.
structure and a framework, and there is a method to it. So that helped me as well going through my journey.
Right. Okay. So I have a question about, you said it helped you like get through it. What is it exactly?
The shift, the awakening, the
Like,
change, the transformation.
right,
Yes, all
right.
that.
Okay. So from lawyer to what you're doing right now.
Awakening, soul's counsel. So
Okay.
that's
Okay.
it.
Yeah. Okay. I love this. Okay. Now okay. So that scares me thinking about it, right? Now I've gone
That's
through a transformation myself, right? But I also didn't come from like a corporate profession like yourself into like a spirituality coaching type of, you know, position where you are now. So that's fearful, right? But it took you a lot of courage, right? In real life, like that's courage. You have to have a lot of courage.
Well said. Yes.
Yeah.
You put the
Yes.
yeah, you put a finger on it.
Yeah,
Ooh.
exactly. So I want to know like the highlights, right, of all of the stuff that you went through. Like the messy stuff, the in-between stuff, like the stuff that was like, oh my God, I know I'm on the right path, and the stuff that went, I don't know, maybe that's not what I want to be doing.
Yeah. Ooh. Can we start maybe with an understanding what courage is, or at least how I see it? So David Hawkins has this pyramid of consciousness. I'm pretty sure you heard about it.
I've heard of it. I've never actually seen it, but I've heard of it. Yeah. I haven't seen
So
a diagram.
maybe your listeners can relate to this as well. If not, I'll just give where it shifted for me, because very well, that was that realization that now I'm courageous. And how do I know that I have the courage to do it? So Hawkins talks about the courage being at heart level. If you go on I don't want to get technical, but if you go on the pyramid, he assigns, different frequencies to different emotions. And courage, he says it, I agree. A lot of people are saying this. Courage sits at a tipping point, right? The heart level.
Oh, okay.
So courage, I don't know where I heard this, but it might have been Brené Brown, somebody that I really, really loved. I really love. She talks about courage coming from the French le cœur, which means exactly heart.
Oh.
So bringing these two together for me, and the chakras that are, okay, I'm going to spirituality now, but the chakras, that Hawkins also maps in the pyramid, it became clear to me that's what it takes, courage, to actually go from your lower chakras to your highest ones, right? So courage sits in the middle at heart level, and it moves the things. It's just
Okay.
it just moves it. So you have all these things coming at you, right? But when you take the action,
So it's the action, whether you're feeling the fear or you're feeling the courage, it's taking the action that moves you through the messy and in betweens.
And that means you got your courage, right? So it's and it is, the messy stuff, like you said, right? The day to day, yes, it's not glamorous. It's not glamorous.
Well,
right?
no, like I'm imagining like you're doing your day-to-day stuff, but you're having all these like thoughts coming through, and you're like, but that doesn't fit with what I'm doing right now or what I want to do tomorrow, right? Like it doesn't work, right? That's what I imagine the messy in betweens to be.
Yes, of course, because it's the gap, right? As I mentioned before, where you were before, and now you want to go to a different level, or you are there, right? But you cannot reconcile all these things. So I think courage comes in place in that moment. That yes, you have all the thoughts. Yes, you have all the feelings. Yes, you know it intellectually and emotionally, right? But what moves it? What is that? And then you take a leap of faith, huh?
So you have
that is the courage,
no matter what. Yeah.
And no matter what, because fear will keep you in the same place, but courage moves you as maybe as a tool even, right? If
Right.
you want to look at it like that.
And it keeps you in your comfort zone. Well, depending on how big the leap is, it keeps us in our comfort zone without going over that fear line, right? Like I might be scared, but I'm going to
Yes.
take a step. Okay, I'm going to just push the limit just a little bit until I'm at the point where no, this is where I need to go. This is the direction. These are the steps I want to take. Oh, I love
And
that.
going back maybe to Brené Brown, she talks a lot about how the vulnerability is the place of courage.
Because that's where we make the most action.
Because when the shame goes away, when the guilt goes away, all this, I call them lower chakra, right? Emotions and feelings, which Hawking talks also about. When those try to begin to dissolve, then undeniably, right? You come and see, oh, okay, I'm in a different place. I'm somewhere like elevated. I'm like, yeah, and I want to make a different move. I want to go in a different direction because whatever kept me in the past, maybe, I feel that didn't serve me very well, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so now I'm wondering if we're talking, okay, fear, I mean, we all have fear, right?
Yeah.
But we're also like, I mean, myself and the women that I work with, we're also talking a lot about life purpose, right? So now, if we're talking fear and okay, life purpose, I mean, some of us know it. Some people like they just know what I'm here for. Like you've told me yourself, you know exactly what you're here for, right?
I didn't know though before. I didn't know before.
You didn't know that before. You thought that being a lawyer was your purpose until
absolutely
you did, right? I wonder, okay, so there's many of us I think that are in the same kind of shoes, right? Does that not carry a little bit of fear, not knowing what your purpose is? I mean, I would think so. Like it does for me a little bit.
I think, what came to me is that knowing your purpose carries fear. Not knowing your purpose carries fear.
Well, yeah, I could see that.
Right?
I could see that, yeah.
But one is not knowing, right, and staying where you think you should be and is not the place for to be, right? And the other one is knowing your purpose now. Even though there is this fear of change, you still move.
And with a little bit of excitement and intrigue, right? Like you know what you're here for.
Right, because going to purpose now, right? Once you know it, you cannot not know it.
Yeah. You can't unknow.
Once you've seen it or heard it, I'm like, it is that. And for most of, I mean, I think everybody goes differently through this, right? So sometimes we know the purpose. It's just that we push it down, right? Because it's not comfortable.
Right. Or we don't want it to be. I don't want to do that. I don't
Yes. I have a certain expectation. Oh, that doesn't fit, with the other thing and so forth. So all these things that go through our lives and through our minds and through our relationships and everything, right, is realizing all these things. They don't come at once. Maybe you do it by yourself, sorry, or maybe you hire a coach that helps you go through that, right? Because it's to me, purpose sits somewhere at the very top. That is a top down thing for me. So once I realize my purpose, everything fell into place.
Because
and I mean everything, because for me it was leaving my career behind, and it was everything. It's in terms of, my identity as a professionally, right?
Right.
So
So if you're questioning the whole, like, this is my purpose, but this is who I identify, how does that relate then to you? Like, well, not just to you, but to people in general. Like, how do we, if we're living two different things, like we identify as this and our purpose is this, there's that gap in between. How do we relate it? How do we make it happen?
So we're talking about two concepts, right? The purpose and the identity.
Right.
And as I said, to me, purpose sits atop and the identity is right beneath it. And they talk to each other constantly. And they inform each other. And they are so related, in my opinion, right? Because the purpose answers the why. Why am I on this planet? Or
right.
Why am I doing this?
And the identity is the how. How am
the
I
identity is who I am to do that.
Right,
Who am I? Because I'm like, it's identity answers the question, who am I? And I have a role, and I have, a certain profession, and I have a certain, and it's not just roles, right? But it's the who am I? Going to the core of everything that you stand for at the end, right? But knowing your purpose, why are you doing it, shapes the identity. And I think the identity shapes the purpose as well, right? Because they go hand in hand. And when they are in harmony, that's when everything clicks.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. I get that. Oh my gosh. Okay. So that is the awakening that we're talking about, right? It's when we realize our purpose and our identity and how to shift them together.
Yes. And oof. So yeah, very well said, actually, right? I don't want to speak in absolutes, but that's
the general
made sense to me. Yeah. And I've done research on that, and it became the answer for me. And this is how Adri came to be, right? Because reconstructing in Adri, the method, reconstructing is, I now understand this identity, what is about. And if it's lagging anywhere, right, I bring it, where it needs to be, or I just recognize it. That's me, right? Because the purpose was revealed to me, right?
Right.
Then I go to decoding, and I'm like, what does that really mean? What does it mean exactly? Because I don't know.
Oh, right. So
and then it informs the reconstructing, realizing, oh, that's my identity. Oh, that's who I am, right? I'm like, it's yeah. you see now clearly.
Yeah.
This is who I am, right? And the and then when you go to integrating, is how do I live from that point on? Because now I have all these things that they have been revealed to me. I came to realize them, right? This is who I have become in the process, right?
Or who I've been becoming all along.
Correct.
Right.
And this is who I am today. It's not who I used to be. And how do I follow that in my life? Because awakening, right? Everybody thinks that might be this glamorous thing, right? Oh, yay, we're awakened, right? But it's not always like that.
No.
It's most times it's painful.
I'm so glad you said that, because
we're talking about fear, right? We're
yeah,
talking about all
and we're
these
talking like
underlying things.
identity shift, right? Like some of us don't want to identify as something other than what we've always known.
Or
Yeah.
people have expectation of us. I'm like, oh, Adriana is a lawyer. Sorry,
And now
but yeah,
she's,
people,
oh,
I heard it.
yeah.
People are crazy. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Are you crazy what you're doing now? And I'm like, but I know my purpose. I cannot ignore it anymore.
So, okay, so I'm going to ask you a question, and I have a feeling that most of our listeners can figure this out, but I want you to answer it in your words. How does someone know that they are awakening?
Huh. Whew. People are looking at symptoms most of the time. So I am awakening, and now suddenly, I know I have a higher frequency, a higher perception. I got my intuition, right? All these good things, and could be that as well. Could be an event like an awakening, and could be one major one, or as I mentioned before, many little ones, right? That happen. How do you know for sure you are awakening? That's what I am trying to figure out. And you can figure out, by yourself as well. I have a tool, right? So, and it's my interpretation and my way of seeing these things, right? So, it's a word that awakening is a word that's probably, in my opinion, one of the most misunderstood words in spirituality. And can we know for sure right away? I know I knew for sure when it happened to me. But like you mentioned, the in between, which can take, people a short time or a long time, even years, right? And decades to realize that.
Yeah.
Is where I'm helping, right? Deciphering this awakening word that carries, so many interpretations. And if you ask 100 people, 100 people will tell you different things, right?
So, okay, so the awakening isn't necessarily spirituality. The awakening is that idea that comes to you where it shows the connection between your purpose and your identity. It
Yes.
doesn't have to be a spirituality type of change.
No.
It's more of, I'm not doing what I'm meant to be doing. So how do I make that happening? Oh my goodness. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I love that, because I mean, I'll be honest, I thought that that's what we were going to be talking about. Like, I thought we were going to, that's what you were doing, is you're helping people find where they fit with their spirituality, but that's not it at all. You're just in this, the spirituality is helping you to find your purpose and your identity.
Yes.
Okay. So now you just bridged the gap for me. So this is great. Now,
good.
As we have a tool,
as we say, one soul at a time. So.
Right. Exactly. You mentioned you have a tool. Now, I know that you have an ebook, and we're going to be adding that to the show notes with this podcast. Now, I think your ebook is called "Are You Awakening?"
Yes, question mark. Are you awakening?
Are you awakening? Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe explain to our listeners, what this tool is and what it'll do for them.
It will take you through. Okay, the title is "Are You Awakening? How do you know for sure when awakening may be one of the misunderstood words in spirituality?" So it walks you through discovering if you are awakening or not, right? Simple like that. A lot of people are still questioning that. And like you said, I'm like, all these events that are happening in our lives, I'm like, they lead somewhere. In my experience and in my work, they lead to a soul awakening. Hence the Soul Awakening Souls Council,
Of
right?
course,
My
right.
work,
Of
right?
course.
So it's a culmination that day after day takes you somewhere, right? But along the way, if you recognize that you are awakening, it might come sooner for you. That day that came to, I mean, I took a 20 plus years detour in my legal profession to come to the awakening, to the realization that I'm a humanitarian, I'm a healer. I could not do it in the legal profession, to be honest. How?
How? Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So,
No, they would all look at you like, are you crazy?
yeah, of course. A
Yeah.
lot of people still don't know. So,
Right.
but they're going to find out with this occasion. Okay. So, thank you, Tina, for facilitating that because it's amazing. And it took so much courage. You know, right?
Oh, yes, I know.
Just to be able to be in a class where, there was not spiritual people and I could say, I was like, oh, okay, I think I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it because this is who I am today and I cannot negate that anymore.
Exactly. And
That's my new identity. Yes. And I discover my purpose and my life is reconstructing around that. And I have to continue living because I cannot go to a monastery. Or I
no,
could, but
you wouldn't get, well, you wouldn't do much, right?
yeah.
Because you're here.
But
Yeah.
from my experience, I want to help people to to show them there is a way, right? And I went through my awakening for a reason, I think, right? To help people while I fulfill my purpose, to also help them understand that actually this is not supposed to take 20 plus years to realize your purpose and to discover who you
Especially,
are.
right. Especially if you're already curious. Like if you're all like, some people don't have it.
Because everybody's talking about this
Right.
awakening these days.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you're in that process of, like, what am I doing here? What am I really doing here? Right? This is where you can help them, make it come to them faster, rather than like really slow like a turtle, right?
Yeah, and painful and prolonging it and not knowing what direction to take and being in this fog constantly. I'm like, oh, okay, which direction? What step?
Yeah, so that's what you
All
do.
that.
You help them find their way. Now, for someone who is in that position, like they're kind of feeling frozen, right? But they also know that they're here for something more. What's one grounded step that they could take today to begin kind of moving forward towards that purpose?
Ooh, I hope they hear our discussion and something, something, a light bulb just comes, in their head and they have a aha moment, an insight, but whatever is for them, to realize that awakening is a process, in my opinion. And while it could be a thundering, event as well, it's also small
And
things
quiet.
along the way, right? And to recognize it, I think is the first step, right? Am I awakening? I don't know. Did you ask yourself that question, right? Because once I heard the word in the collective, right? I was like, is this what's happening to me? And then I went,
Ah,
I'm
yeah.
like, am I awakening? I am, yeah, I'm on that path. There is something bigger than me that is being shown to me, revealed to me. Um, and I took a past life regression session, and that's when it clicked big time for me. When
Oh my gosh, that's another hour's conversation. I already know that. So we're not going to get too far into that, but that's how you learned.
Yes, and if I may just mention one thing that also contributed a little bit more to this. There is this book that I read. It's called the 2-minute rule. I read, not I wrote. the 2-minute rule by Julie Ryan, one of my medical intuition teachers.
Okay.
2-minute rule.
Okay.
And it goes back to the fear concept. And she talks beautifully about if in 2 minutes this fear doesn't kill you, meaning the car is coming and it will hit you if you're in the traffic. I'm paraphrasing, of course, right?
Of course, yeah.
The tiger is chasing you. So you have fear in those moments, right? It's 2 minutes. 2 minutes. If it does not kill you, if it's not real, you have the moment where you can embrace the fact that that fear can shift you. And is that fear was irrational. The fear of the tiger, the fear of the incoming traffic,
so whatever. That's kind of like my life flashed in front of me, right? You hear about those people that their life flashed in front of them and all of a sudden they're doing things that they never did before.
Yeah. And it took, I think in my opinion, 2 minutes, it's too much. But like you realize instantly, oh, is this fear real or is it irrational? Is it like, to me, that tool, I use it today. Like every time when fear comes into my awareness.
Yeah.
Is this gonna kill me, or is it fear that I just fear because of other reasons, but not the truth, right?
Yeah. I really love that. That's really good advice. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the 2-minute rule, fear.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me today. This has been so awesome. I know we can talk for another hour to maybe 3 because there's so much more to this, right? But please, reach out to Adriana because she's a fountain of knowledge for sure. Thank you so much, Adriana.
Yeah, and thank you for letting me, introduce my new Adri method. So, and the gift, to your listeners. And I hope everybody takes the chance to see if they are awakening or not. So
thank you. This conversation is such a powerful reminder that fear doesn't mean stop. It often means you're standing right at the edge of growth. And what I loved most about today is the permission to not have it all figured out, but to still move forward in a way that feels aligned and true. If something in this episode resonated with you, if you're in that space of becoming, questioning, or quietly rebuilding your confidence, you don't have to navigate it alone. I do have space right now for one-on-one support where we gently work through those layers, helping you reconnect with yourself, build self-trust, and take aligned action in your next chapter. You can always reach out, start a conversation, or simply take the next step that feels right for you. And as always, keep blooming into who you're meant to be.
Thanks for listening. This show was brought to you by Divas That Care. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on divasthatcare.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.